What's up, Bills Mafia? I got your players whose stock went up and those that went down following the beatdown of the New York Jets this past Sunday. But before we get to that, let's get to that intro.
This is VZ Music.
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am Tommy. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell because I always forget to tell you. Well, Bills Mafia, I got your players that stock went up and those that went down following the beatdown of the New York Jets this past Sunday. My God, was it a beatdown, and it was so good to watch. Finally, like, I get to do a podcast or a video where I'm like happy. Right? That I'm not like pissed the fuck off. So this was a much needed win, guys, for a lot of reasons. One, for us to have a chance at getting into the playoffs. Two, for this team to get their confidence back, especially the offense. So yeah, man, it was much needed. It was a good beatdown on a very good to elite Jets defense. Let's give them credit where credit is due. That's a fucking great defense. All right, let's get this thing going. Shout out to Bills Wire once again for creating this article. Okay, here we go. First up, stock up, quarterback, our quarterback, Josh motherfucking Allen. All right. After some subpar play by Allen over the past 2 weeks, he broke through for his game with a quarterback rating above 100 since Buffalo's win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So it's been a while. Against the Jets, Allen showed that while he can make some questionable decisions from time to time, he has that ability to make some throws that most quarterbacks can't make, and that's what makes him one of the best in the NFL. I agree. Absolutely. You got to sometimes take the good with the bad with Josh Allen. I told you guys that from day one, really. From the very first podcast I have ever done here. I told you guys, you got to understand what Josh Allen's all about. You got to take the good with the bad. It's just the way it works with him. But I feel like there's a lot more good than bad. Yes, the turnovers have been shitty, and I'm sure it's something that he doesn't want to, have happen during games. But he understands this. He needs to limit that. I don't think he's ever going to be a quarterback that has, 2 interceptions on a year or something crazy like that, right? He's going to have a decent amount each year, but that's because he takes a lot of risk. Do we want it to be at this level of turnovers? No. And he understands that. And hopefully we can have more games like this out of Josh Allen where it's limited down to just one turnover. And by the way, that one turnover was a Hail Mary at the end of the first half, which was a nonsense play call or decision by our head coach, Sean McDermott. It made no sense to do. Why are you doing this? It's not like we're down a lot of points going into the half and you need to get something and hope for a miracle. We're up at that point, but we're not crazy up. The Jets just scored a touchdown. You throw an interception there, which he did, and let's say they run back for a touchdown. The momentum swing would be huge for the Jets going into halftime. And they had a decent return, by the way, on that interception. So you can't do stuff like that. But other than that, I thought Josh Allen played brilliant football out there. He really did. He made the right decisions. He took what the defense was giving him pretty much all game. And he let his playmakers actually do their job. Khalil Shakir, Ty Johnson, right? I mean, we know that Stephon Diggs had a rough game. We know that Gabe Davis had a rough game. But that's when your other players need to step up, and they sure did. Khalil Shakir, right? Khalil Shakir was the bright spot, on this team last night. He was the one that made the huge splash plays for this team. right? 81-yard touchdown. It was phenomenal. It was awesome to see. And that's why we need other players to step up, because sometimes you're going to run into defenses like the New York Jets who are going to lock down and double and be aggressive with your number one, right? And maybe even your number two, just not having a good game. That's when you need the rest of the players to step up. And guys did that last night on the offense. And Josh Allen, to his credit, wasn't forcing the ball into Stephon Diggs on doubles, right? He was like, all right, it's not there. You know what? I'm going to go Khalil Shakir. Let's see what he can do. By the way, yards after catch, Khalil Shakir, awesome. Love it. Love it. Love it. Because we've never been a good yards after catch team. And it's awesome to see guys like Khalil Shakir changing that. All right, next up. Stock down. Oh, Stephon, no. Very rare he's ever on here. While Diggs has not gone for at least 100 receiving yards in the game since October 15th against the Giants, he had been having serviceable receiving days until last week's loss against the Broncos, including this game against the Jets. Diggs has now had his second lowest and lowest receiving outputs of the season. It's rare. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Nothing to be concerned about. They put stock down. It is what it is. It's for this game. So, fine. He was a little off too as well. He had that reception early on that he fumbled out of bounds. Thank God it went out of bounds. He dropped a couple passes as well. So he didn't have his A game. That's for sure. But that, like I said, that's a sticky defense. They know how to take, your star player out, make him a non-factor. And that's what they did. But either way, the final result is 32-6. We'll take it all day long. All right, next up. All right, let's see. Stock up. My man, Leonard Floyd. Dude, that was great. That was actually, that picture there was when Ed Oliver made a sack. And that's like Ed Oliver's dance, right? I love it, man. I love seeing these boys have fun out there. I really do, man. Floyd has been one of the most consistent pass rushers in the NFL this season, despite not having the expected luxury of taking advantage of the presence of star pass rusher Von Miller as he continues to work his way back into form after missing time with his major knee injury. Against the Jets, Floyd was virtually unblockable against a shaky offensive line, and he had his best game in terms of sacks so far in this campaign. He had 2.5. It was brilliant. And I told you guys from day freaking one when we signed him, it's a huge signing. And I'm telling y'all, everybody was just like, it wasn't really talked about much. I mean, some of Bill's Mafia was excited, but I think I was like the one that was like, dude, this is you guys don't understand what you're getting. You really don't get it. You're gonna find out. And when me and Mikey did the over-under on sacks, I think I had him over 9. Because I said, look, what's slowing this guy down? As he ages, it seems like he's getting better. Go look at his past 3 seasons, average over 9 sacks. And I said, this guy's going to be a beast. He's been a beast for a while now. I don't care about his age. We got to re-sign that guy. We got to figure a way to keep him in Buffalo at least another 2 seasons. He's that good, in my opinion. I'm telling you guys, season's not even over. We still got 6 games left. Dude already has 9.5. He's going to have at least, 13, 14 sacks? We haven't had that in Buffalo, and I couldn't. Who the hell had that? I got to think. Who the hell had that many sacks last for this Buffalo Bills team? God, it got me thinking, man. Was it Zoe? Maybe Zoe when Rex Ryan was here? Guys, comment below because I don't want to cheat. I don't want to look right now. I have a feeling the last player with 10+ sacks, I believe, was Zoe Alexander, for those. I think he had 12 that year. That was our last player. I could be wrong, but comment below. I want to know who it is because I think it is Zoe. And then before that was who? Who's before Zoe? Mario Williams, maybe? I'm guessing. I mean, it's been a while, guys. It's been a while. So, yeah, sorry about that. So let's get to the next one, guys. All right, here we go. Stock down. AJ Epinesa. While Epinesa has had a solid year for the Bills, he has also had games this season where his presence was not felt as much as indefinite his talent level. Sunday's win over the Jets was an example of that, as he was in on just a single tackle despite New York Jets' leaky offensive line, giving up a sack after sack over the course of the game. Yeah, you know what, man? It is what it is. Stockdown, fine. I mean, one tackle, yeah, it's not the greatest. But other players stepped up. It wasn't. We didn't need AJ Epinesa to be unbelievable this game. So I guess Stockdown, but I got to give credit to AJ, for what he's doing this year. He's earning himself a contract somewhere else. I don't think it's going to be here, but at least he's playing for a contract, unlike Gabe Davis, who's I mean, dude, you're playing for a contract, bro. What are you doing? Like, I am so disappointed in Gabe Davis this year, guys. Because I really feel like he had what it takes to be a solid receiver, at least a number two. And man, my God, he's proving me wrong week after week. But anyways, next up, stock up, Khalil Shakir. Ever since his breakout game on October 26th against the Buccaneers, Shakir has been making plays here and there that have allowed Buffalo's offense to have one more player to turn to for an explosive play or two a game when production becomes tough to come by. Against the Jets, Shakir had his best play of the season by taking a pass from Allen for an 81-yard touchdown, showing off his speed and elusiveness all on the same play. He is another guy that I said since his rookie year to watch out for. And I think a lot of Bills Mafia as well have been on board with Khalil Shakir as far as that goes. Like, a lot of Bills Mafia were wanting to see more of Khalil Shakir. I thought he had a good rookie season. I just think he didn't get enough opportunities. I think this year you're starting to see Khalil Shakir get more opportunities, and you can thank, Ken Dorsey, who's not here anymore, who actually started that trend of getting him more involved, and obviously Joe Brady for keeping it going. So, listen, man, Khalil Shakir, he's only getting better, in my opinion. Yards after catch is one thing he does very well, and I think he's a great teammate as well. Love the dude. He's like a veteran, like that dude. You would think has been in the NFL for years. The way he talks in the media, he's so like calm and cool, collective. He talks like a vet, man. And I love his demeanor. I love his demeanor, and obviously love his play on the field. So we got ourselves a good one in Khalil Shakir, and I think he's only going to get better as the season goes on and years to come. I really do. All right, next up, stock down. God, Gabe Davis. I mean, at least he's there cheering on his teammates. I will say this though, he had a good game as far as blocking wise. He did do a good job, and he is a good teammate. He's just having I don't know what's going on with Gabe Davis as far as receiving goes. He just can't break free. And I guess his route running is just not as good as I thought it was. After seeing Davis stat line from Sunday's win over the Jets, one might wonder if Davis got hurt at some point in the game or if he was benched. Unfortunately for Bills fans, neither is true, as Davis just did not record a target despite playing for essentially all of Buffalo's snaps. Yeah, he didn't even get one target, guys. Not one ball thrown his way. So I don't know what's going on with Gabe Davis. But listen, this game I will say, even our star receiver only had like 5 targets thrown his way, something like that. 6, 3 receptions. It wasn't a lot. So most of our weapons didn't really have a lot of receptions. Even Khalil Shakir, I think only had 3. So on 4 targets. So it wasn't one of those passing games. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to totally kill Gabe Davis, but once again though, he did not show up. He didn't do anything. I thought he blocked well, but I mean, we don't need a blocking, we need a playmaker, right? So, man, let's hope he could turn it up a little bit, man. 6 games left. We do need the guy. We do need, by the way, I know a lot of you guys are just not liking Gabe Davis right now, but regardless, he's here. It's his last year here, and we need him to have some good games moving forward. We have 6 of them left, and we need these wins. So let's just hope he can turn it around, do something. Stock up, running back James Cook. Yeah, Cook can seem like an afterthought at times within the Bills' offense, depending on what the game script is at any given time. But he did not disappoint on Sunday. Cook showcased his usual dual threat effectiveness of being able to contribute in the ground game and in the pass game, and a solid performance by the second-year player. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I did not show that while I was talking, but yeah, there you go. So, either way, I thought James Cook had a good game. I think it was great, but he had a good game. And by the way, if you get Murray going, and I don't know if they're going to have stock up, stock down for Murray. I haven't gone through that yet, but I think Murray is a huge reason why James Cook is having success in some of these games. When you get Murray going early, James Cook seems to have good games. That's the key to success for this running attack, is to get Murray involved. I'm telling you guys, he's a bigger back. He wears down that defensive line. And James Cook going in, after Murray has done his job as far as beating down that line, you see Cook actually running better between the tackles. He just does a lot better once the defense has worn down a little bit. And I just like the 1-2 punch. I do. And I hope Fournette can get in, but now I don't know because Ty Johnson had himself a game. So there's no way I can't see 4 running backs on game day. So I don't know what they're going to do there. I'm very curious what they're going to do with the Fournette situation. All right, next up. Stock up. The guy I was just talking about, running back Ty Johnson. The extra stock up is just to acknowledge how well Johnson played in a classic revenge game against the Jets that moved on from him years ago, despite a career year. In just his second game this season of recording stats outside of special teams, Johnson displayed how dangerous he can be in the receiving game when he sees daylight. Absolutely. And it was a hell of a play by Ty Johnson. Took it, I don't know, what was it, 30 yards? It was a 4th down as well. Man, dude is faster than I thought. And we needed it. Obviously, touchdown was huge. Huge 4th down, huge touchdown. And I'll tell you what, even seeing Ty Johnson limited action in preseason, I was like, damn, dude, not a bad player. But like I said, here comes the dilemma. What do you do with Leonard Fournette? You can't put Ty Johnson on the practice squad. You can't dress 4 running backs in a game, can you? So I'm curious what they wind up doing there with Leonard Fournette. But yeah, who else? Stock up, stock down. Stock down. I'm going to throw one out for you. Sam Martin. What is going on with him? He averaged 34.7 yards per punt. He punted 3 times. That is terrible, guys. That is awful. That's high school shit. What are you doing? He has not played well since the Tampa game. I do not know what's going on with Sam Martin, but we need better punts from Sam Martin. 34 is not going to cut it, bud. So let's hope that Sam Martin can turn it around. I have no idea what's going on with him. But man, I don't know. I know Punt God is a phone call away. And guys, to turn a field on a punt is huge. I'm just saying. You're let's say you got a punt at the 20 and your punter can punt it down to their 20. That's what Punt God can do, Matt Ariza. I'm not and listen, it's not gonna happen. I know that. Okay. Matt Ariza is not coming back to Buffalo. But my God, like Sam Martin, come on, man. You gotta do better, bro. Gotta do better. So he's definitely stock down, Sam Martin. Stock up Joe Brady. Let's give Joe Brady some love. Short notice, obviously. We fired Ken Dorsey on Monday. And or was it Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. And short notice, like I said, minimal time with the team. It's not his playbook. Let's be real. This is still Ken Dorsey / Brian Dable playbook. And he had to put his own spin on it, and short time. And he's going to have to continue doing that. He's going to have to continue to be creative moving forward. Teams know all about this offense now. They've seen the film. And that's why I said going into that Jets game, he has to show something different, because the Jets know what we're all about, what we're going to do, what every defense seems to know, because we're so predictable. And I love that Joe Brady mixed it up with more emotions. You know, he got Josh Allen running a little bit more. He used the running backs a lot more. I think we ran, let me see here. I mean, damn, we ran quite a bit. So the running backs had 17 carries by James Cook. Latavius Murray had 10. Ty Johnson had 3. I mean, right there's 30. I'm not going to count Kyle Allen. So between the running backs alone, 30 carries. I mean, that's phenomenal. It's great. I mean, I'm not expecting that every week, but 20 plus will be good for our running back. So credit him for that, for using our running back, sticking with it, because it's not going to always go great. Your running backs are going to get stuffed in the backfield sometimes. And I felt like even with Dable, we would, shy away from it right away. And I'm glad that we kept going. We kept going back to it. And you saw we were getting some chunk yards as well, and just beating up that defensive line. So you got to implement the run game. That opens up the play action more. So stock up to Joe Brady for what he did. He's the spark that we needed. Hopefully the spark can turn into a huge ass flame, and it doesn't phase out, right? Because we got 6 games to make the playoffs. And this is it. We can afford to maybe lose one more. I would say one more. 2 maybe. Golly, even 2 would be close, guys. I would say you got to have at least 11 wins the way the AFC is playing out right now. 10 maybe. But anything less, you're done. So every game should be played like a playoff game, in my opinion, moving forward. We got the Eagles next. And let's take care of business, man, and get that bye week and get some of our players back to being healthy. Because, by the way, we did lose some players again. Taylor Rapp, something with his neck. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. We got a concussion as well from Dane Jackson, a concussion from Teron Johnson. That's probably our biggest loss. Let's hope that he can clear concussion protocol before Sunday's game against Philadelphia. I don't know. You know how this goes, guys. It could be a week, could be 2, 3. I mean, it depends on the player. So we'll see what happens. But hopefully Teron can get back because we need him Sunday. We really do. I know he's having some rough games, but he's a hell of a player. We need him back. Anyways, Bills Mafia, I love you. As always, go Bills. I'm out of here. Peace. And I'll play that outro right now.